done for our community. It means a
Nah,
lot for
I
everything for
appreciate
your
it,
health,
bro.
and
I
it means a
appreciate it.
lot.
I see you doing your thing too, bro. And at the end of the day, thank you for like giving me the opportunity to talk and shit. I mean, whatever I can do to help, whether it's like putting more eyes on the podcast and shit, or like, you know what I mean? And there's a
Man,
lot
yo,
of shit I want to talk about right now too. So
sounds good. Sounds good. We'll
appreciate it.
get into that. We'll get into that.
Yes, sir.
All right, all right. So for me, guys, sorry for making you guys wait. We're about to get started. We're about to get started.
Yes,
All right.
sir.
First things first. Uh, so we're gonna start by your music career. How'd you start it, and why you chose music?
So pretty much, like my earlier years before like 2015 and shit, I used to do track. Um, so I was doing track from like middle school all the way until like the end of high school, pretty much, and
Yeah.
like music was always a passion of mine. I just didn't really
Uh-huh.
know how to like go about making it a career type shit.
Okay.
So
Okay.
pretty much I started making beats in like 2014, 2013, and I
Mm-hmm.
started making beats, and then right after that I started rapping and shit, and I dropped like my first song. But at the time I was
Yeah.
still doing track, right?
Yeah.
So I had to pretty much make like a decision between track or music, because like sports and music, bro, like especially track, like they don't really go together, you know what I mean?
No.
Like
Yeah.
they're very like, for track, we got to be in bed at this time. We got to wake up at this time, like track practice twice a day. We got to go in the morning, do weights.
Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
go to school. I come back. We go back to practice. I got to do cardio. You know what I mean? So it
Yeah.
wasn't, you couldn't balance the two really well. And like, especially with like the staying up late shit, it's like, bro, like at the end of the day, like I make music and shit at the nighttime. Like staying up late is kind of like what I do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just had to make a decision. Um, I went to Youth Olympics. I did World Youth. I did everything, and I had to make a decision. And like music is kind of like where my heart laid. So
Mhm.
I just figured I'll just go with music, and
Yeah.
clearly it worked out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's one big thing we're gonna talk about. Yeah. Following your passion. That's key.
Yeah,
Following what you really love to do.
yeah, bro.
Very good.
So
So
yeah,
like, yeah. Speaking on that, so like, how important would you say is dream chasing?
bro, it's important because like there's a lot of shit I'm doing now that I would never like think I'd be doing in real life
Yeah.
at this point. I mean, of course it was in my dreams and shit. A lot of the shit I do now, like performing, like flying to perform, like different countries and shit. Like I never thought I'd be doing that, but I definitely dreamed about it, and I figured out like why not try to make it a reality,
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that's pretty much that, bro.
Yeah, it's good. We have a lot of comments out here. I like this.
Yeah, facts. All the flags.
All the flags, yo. It's the first time I see so many countries in one live like that.
Yeah, facts. There's some funny ass comments in here, bro. Yeah, so that's pretty much that. Yeah, and that this is where I am now.
Hmm. Which is good, which is good. So
Hmm.
would you say every artist had that time, where like they had a time where they were just like, I'm not saying struggling, but they had a time where like, yo, did you ever had a time where you're like, okay, where am I gonna go? How far am I gonna take this music?
Yeah. Yeah, like there was definitely a lot of like doubt and shit. Like at
Hmm.
certain points, I kind of regretted like dropping track. With every year that went by, I was like, bro, I'm losing all the training I put in for like four etc. years and shit. So
Uh-huh.
there was definitely like uncertainty and shit. I'm like, damn, should I really done this, etc., yada yada, So,
Hmm.
but
Yeah.
you just gotta, bro. You just gotta like follow your mind, bro, and follow what you really want to do. And at the end of the day, something good will happen for you. You know what I mean?
That's
And
true.
that good will be different for everyone. Like it might not necessarily be my story, but something good will come out of you doing what you truly want to do inside your heart and shit.
Okay, that's true. That's true. That's
Yeah.
definitely true, man. So what
Hmm.
would you say, like, what could have been like your make it or break it point for you in terms of music?
Honestly, I feel like going back to what I said before, like me trying to balance music and track, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe like let's say I stayed doing track like for another year or two, and then
Hmm.
eventually I would have dropped it. But it's like I feel like it had to happen at that time for me to let go of track and just go with music. Even though I wasn't
Yeah.
really doing anything in music, but I felt that's where my heart laid and shit. That's what I had to do. So I feel like me not making that decision would have just, I would have been in a different place right now.
No, that's true. That's true.
Completely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, bro.
Man, let's see what people are saying. Yo, there's some language I can't even read, my guy.
Yeah, bro. I don't know. You got some Russian people in here, bro.
It's pretty sick, man.
Yeah,
So,
bro.
let's see. So we have a couple
And
questions
and
here.
I definitely want to say too, when all this
Yeah.
like coronavirus shit goes away, I'm gonna definitely pull up to the community house and shit
Yeah, man,
and
that's
see
great, man.
what
That's
go on.
great to hear, man.
You know
That's
what I
great to
mean?
hear.
So,
Looking forward to
of course,
see you, man.
of course.
I should say, actually, looking forward to see you again because I saw you that one time when you came through.
Yes. Yeah. Of course. I'll be there soon for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Quick question here. Let's just pick this one. So I'm pretty sure it wasn't hard because it's like you mentioned, no, it was a passion, right? Like you felt like you
Yeah.
wanted to do music. So just like, was it hard for you to make the decision?
Not. It was still
Nah,
hard, bro. It was still hard.
but
Like
yeah,
I had the passion in music, but it was still hard just because of all the shit I was doing in track. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like it's hard to like go to the Youth Olympics in China, go to World Youth in Ukraine, then just
yeah,
drop track. Even if you don't really have a passion for it as much, it's hard to drop that. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So it was
definitely.
definitely a hard decision, but I knew what was right
Yeah,
to do. You know, so
sick.
yeah.
Let's see, let's see. What other question I'm gonna pick up from the crowd?
Yeah, I see all the guys in here. I
Where's this
see
thing?
all the guys in here.
All right. Let's see.
This is, bro, I don't even like go on live that much. This is like, who is your favorite artist that you worked with and why? My favorite artist that I worked with and why? Honestly, bro, not many people know this, but I have a few songs out actually with my
Yeah,
dad. So my dad is like my favorite artist I've ever collabed with, just because like I like to think of myself as like a little version of my dad. You know what I mean?
yeah, I hear
So
you. Yeah.
yeah, we have a bunch of shit out. Like
Hmm.
my dad is pretty much the person that inspired me to do all this shit. So my
Yeah,
dad is
yeah.
definitely my
I
favorite
saw that in one of
collab.
your interviews. Yeah,
Yeah,
which is very
for
sick.
sure.
That was a musician, and that just kind of like helped you as well to spark up your interest for the music, which is very sick.
Exactly. 100%. 100%.
Yeah,
He used to do this shit when he was younger. He used to do this shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about because you started making music in Ottawa, Canada, right?
Yes, sir. Mhm.
So what would you say? And back then, we know the city wasn't really like supportive in terms of when music and stuff like that. And how'd you deal with that? How'd you come up amidst like the lack of support and stuff like that?
Bro, I don't know. Like you said, there wasn't support. Like back in that time, you kind of needed for you to be kind of taken seriously in Ottawa, bro. You needed
Yeah.
to have fans already,
Hmm.
which didn't really make sense around that time because like usually your fans come from the city you're in. But like I feel like me just having fans like around the world already, like the internet, bro, that was like that was the most necessary thing around that time. Me having fans like around the world, I
Yeah.
guess Ottawa kind of saw that and like took me serious after that, you know? Which I don't really blame them, bro. Like a city that like is kind of not on the forefront with things, like
Yeah.
it's not easy to like take anyone serious, you know?
Hmm. Yeah.
I don't really
Yeah.
blame anyone, but
Yeah. Yeah. I was
I
very
feel
like,
like
yeah, we're very like
yeah.
backwards.
Yeah.
We're still catching up. Like to Toronto, it's ahead of us, and we're still catching up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. That's it.
Hmm.
That's it right there.
We have some comments you're asking for when's the new music coming up?
Bro, I got new music. As soon as the time's right, you know? I don't feel like right
Yeah.
now is the best time to like drop music.
Yeah.
There's definitely more important things going on that people should be worried about,
Hmm.
you know? So,
Yeah.
I mean, once the time is right, I definitely have more music for everyone, but I don't know.
Definitely true with that. So
You know
speaking
how
of
it be.
important times, man, how do you feel? What are your views on what's going on right now with the Black Lives Matter?
Bro, honestly, like, you know, um, it's obviously sad to see, like, rest in peace, George Floyd and shit, but bro, at the end of the day, like, I feel like it's especially my duty. Um, like, I have a lot of white fans, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like it's especially my duty to like really voice my side of the situation. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And really like have a take on everything. Because at the end of the day, like all this stuff is just a reaction of like centuries of oppression and stuff. And you know, there's still a lot of people that don't really understand like why certain things are said.
Yeah.
Like people will try to like corner you in the wall with this like, oh, like all lives matter.
Hmm. Yeah.
These lives matter, these lives matter. But it's like, bro, like if all lives mattered, black lives would matter too.
Yeah.
So black lives matter because we're dying. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So that's really the discussion people have to like know. You know what I mean? And not a lot of people understand that. And I feel like me kind of voicing my position on the situation kind of filtered
Hmm.
through a lot of fans that were like racist in the first place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
So like yeah, at the end of the day, you know, like as fucked up as it is with everything going on, I've never been more proud to be a black man, a young black man, because I feel like we're stronger than ever right now.
Hmm.
And you know, like we're all together in this shit. So yeah, that's my view on that, bro.
I like that. I
That's my
like that.
view on yeah.
That's definitely true. And I feel like as an artist, you're using your platform the right way to, to inspire
Of course,
change and
bro.
bring knowledge.
And on that point too, it's like like if you have a platform, I feel like you kind of need to say something.
Yeah.
Um and I was seeing like some of my friends were posting like there's a lot of like it seems like there's a lot of like overnight Black Lives Matter supporters that kind of
Uh-huh.
seem like they're coming out of nowhere. And it's like you got to really like I hope that it's coming from an organic place and they're really on our side, because a
Uh-huh.
lot of the stuff I've been seeing, bro, like especially with the black square shit, and it's like, bro, people won't say anything, but as soon as a little trend starts, they'll post a black square to make it seem like they're doing something, but it's like that doesn't do anything, you know?
I get what you mean.
So as a white person, especially, I feel like white people need to acknowledge their privilege, understand that they will not ever understand, and just share as much information as possible
Hmm.
and share the right message. And that's
Yeah.
that.
That's definitely true. Definitely true. And it's not like I think also one thing is it's not like to say like to not to throw hate towards white people. No, it's just more like you're all in this together. Honestly, at the end of the day, we're all in this together.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
support us, we support you guys. That's literally
Uh
how it
huh.
is. It should be
Uh huh.
like that connection we should all we're like a big community worldwide. We're a big
Yeah.
community. We should be all stand in solidarity, and which is what I've seen with the protests, which is very good.
Exactly. For
Yeah.
sure, bro.
So
For
now
sure.
back on the music topic. So
Yeah.
if you weren't doing music, would you still be doing track?
Uh, e- uh yeah, I think so. I
Yeah.
think I'd still be doing track. If nothing, like 100%, bro. Like there was
Okay.
no there was if there was no music, there would be no reason for me to drop track. You know,
Hmm.
it was doing. I'd like to say I was doing pretty good in track, so I'd definitely still be doing track.
Okay. Okay. That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. Would there be like anything that you like to do besides track and music? Let's say.
Nah, not really.
No.
I mean, like there's like the typical like when I was a kid, I said I wanted to be like 80, 85 different things, you know, but I feel like track
Yeah.
was like my thing up until I dropped it from music. So it
Okay.
was either track or music. It had to be one of
Okay.
those two.
That's sick. That's sick. That's sick. You wanted to
Yeah,
make that audience. Okay, I think this was interesting. So when you said you wanted to make music for a widespread audience.
bro, I didn't decide that. It's just
Okay.
people started catching on. I had, bro, when I went into music, I had no intention of being, I didn't try to do anything. It kind of just happened, you know?
Happened, huh?
Especially the whole Europe thing, bro.
Yeah.
Um, well, I heard you. Especially the whole Europe thing, bro. Like that was not planned at all. Like I don't really. Everyone asked me like, "Oh, how do you have like so many fans in Europe?" And it's like, bro, I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. That's why the internet is such a powerful tool, bro.
Definitely. And you used it right. You used it right. Literally. Like you didn't just stay local. You went across the sea, fam. Like
Yeah, yeah,
when do you see that? Like artists I saw not even local, but just right across from the sea. Like that's crazy. That's the first time that I see it. Usually it's like the whole you start local, everybody picks it up, and then it goes around. But you
I
just like
appreciate it. Yeah.
straight
Yeah.
went across the sea, fam. Like, yo,
It was kind of like backwards if you think about it. Like,
yeah,
I don't really know how that happened, but I guess, I don't know. Everything happens for a reason, but
for a reason, yeah.
that's kind of my story right there.
That's sick. That's a sick one.
Yeah, bro.
So, how do you stay focused on your goals? You know, especially when you experience like haters or negativity, how do you stay focused?
Bro, honestly, like, as cliche as it sounds, bro, you just can't pay attention to any of that stuff. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
used to be really caught up in all like the hate and like the negativity, especially in Ottawa, bro. Like, the hometown shit,
Yeah,
like people just saying shit. But it's like, bro, at the end of the day, just focus on what you want to do, focus
yeah.
on your end goal, and don't really let anyone put a detour in front of that. You know what I mean?
Okay, okay, yeah.
Once you know that, then it's like you realize what matters and what doesn't matter, and the hate definitely does not matter.
Um,
So,
definitely true on that.
yeah.
Hold up. Let's see. This person said, what was the worst thing someone said to you that motivated you the most?
I remember I was in grade 11 or 12 or something. And that's when I like started making beats. So I used to like make beats and like bring them to I used to make beats and bring them to school to show like my other friend that's a producer. His name's Ishmael. Shout out
Yeah.
Ishmael. But yeah, I used to show him beats. And then I remember there was this other guy that said he wanted to hear. I showed him and he's like, bro, honestly, like he literally looked me dead in the face and said, honestly, bro, like your beats are trash. And
Whoa.
I was like, bro, like I was so confused. I was like, bro, when
Yeah.
people hate you directly in your face, it's hard to react to that.
Yeah, that's true.
Um, Obviously, I like went home and I was pissed after, but in the moment, I was like, bro, what? But that's one of the that's one of the main things that motivated me, bro. Because it's like, I love making shit for people to say it's trash. I
Mm.
love that because I know they're mad and I know they wish they could be in the place I'm in.
Yeah.
That's only insecurity in themselves. So I love that type of shit, especially now, bro, because I know my end goal and I know
Mm-hmm.
what I want to do, and that's all that matters.
Definitely true. You know yourself, you know what you want, you go for it. It's definitely true.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, that was like grade 11, grade 12.
Good, that's good, that's good. Let's
Yeah.
see. So let's see. I'm trying to pick up some questions from the crowd to see what they're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, we have
And
one
I
right.
don't really do these lives that much, so I love answering questions and shit.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. We have a lot of questions, yo. I see them. A
Yeah.
lot of questions.
How'd you meet ASAP Rocky? Bro, um I met Rocky like back in, I think it was like a South by Southwest event, I
Mm-hmm.
think. Um, I mean, like I don't really like I'm not really a person to like really talk about people I know type shit.
Yeah.
But he pretty much reached out to me like way back in like 2018. And ever since 2018 or 2017, I think it was 17. And then ever since then, like every time I see him, it's just all love and shit. Um,
Big.
he's obviously one of my like main inspirations.
That's
So
sick,
yeah,
yo.
that's pretty much it. It was just through Instagram.
Like, well, that's sick, man. That's
Mhm.
actually sick. Not a lot of people get to meet ASAP, yo, but that's actually great, fam.
Yeah, he's a cool guy, bro.
Cool. Yeah, yeah. So, if you had anything you want to say to the youth right now, what would it be?
I just want to say, um, uh, you know, have a plan, have a solid circle of people around you. Uh, Focus on your plan, invest in yourself, and just do not let anyone, once again, like I said before, don't let anyone get in your way. Don't let anyone put a detour in front of your shit, in front of
Yeah.
your move, in front of your dream, and just do that shit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Because something has to come from that.
Yeah. True.
So
I
that's my
see.
that's my message to the youth.
Is that that's a good advice, man. That's a good advice. We all
Yeah,
need that click. We all need that those people that are really gonna support us through thick and thin. I'd say,
100%.
And so, how do you manage to stay humble, fam? Because you're a big artist, man. You're worldwide. How do you manage to just like stay chill, stay humble, just live your life?
I don't know, bro. I mean, I feel like it's kind of like I give a lot of credit to like my parents and shit. It's just the way I was raised.
Mm,
Um, Especially with the shit, like, let me tie this into some other shit, like, especially with the shit going on, bro.
Yeah.
Um, you know, like I'm just a normal ass nigga, bro. Like I go to the grocery store, I go here by myself, I go here by myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, it's just, bro, like at the end of the day, I don't value, all I value is like what's real, like family and friends, because at like they're the only ones that will be there when you have nothing, you know?
Yeah.
So just valuing what's really important keeps you kind of grounded and sane. You know, once you start valuing a whole bunch of material things and things that don't really like that don't that aren't good, you know what I mean? In the long run,
Yeah.
you start kind of getting lost and like, you know, you
Hmm.
start looking at yourself different and like holding yourself up to this standard when it's like, bro, like you're just a normal ass person, bro.
I
You're
hear you
just a
on that.
normal ass person.
I hear you
So
on that.
that's really how I stay humble, bro. Like I don't know, I'm just a normal ass kid, just like everyone else. I just
Hmm.
happen to make music and perform. You know?
That's true. I think that's the key, right? If you want to be humble, you just realize that yo, like I'm great, I know that, but like at the same time, I'm also a human being, you know. So it's
Yeah,
like that just
exactly.
keeps you very grounded.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a question.
Especially, bro,
Yeah.
especially being a young black man, a young black artist too.
Uh
You
huh.
know, I see a lot of artists like you could tell there's a lot of artists that like don't feel like they need to say anything because they hold themselves to this standard
Hmm.
and like this
Yeah.
high standard of like, oh, I'm here, I don't, it doesn't affect me, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
like, bro, like my girlfriend was telling me this like the other day, like all it takes being a young black man, a young black woman in this society, bro, is one person to not know who you are, and to them you're just another black person. And that's the
Mhm.
reality we live in, you know what I mean? So no one, doesn't matter where you are, bro, like where you are in your life, whatever, like just stay grounded, that's all.
Yeah. I
Stay
hear you on
grounded.
that. I agree with you on that 100%.
Yeah.
So what? I have a question here saying so. So of course, Ottawa had from the time you released your first track, which I think was in 2014, right?
Yeah.
And now like of course like the city has changed a lot. And now, how do you feel about the change that the city has gone through in terms of like support? Because I see a lot of support now for everything that's happening in the city now.
Yeah. I um you know, I feel like there's still a lot of like work to do as Ottawa, you know? Like we're
Yeah.
definitely not at like the peak of what we can be.
Hmm.
Um but you know, there is changes and shit. Obviously there's a lot of artists doing their shit. There's a lot of talented artists in the city. I pay attention to all of it, you know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
shout out Toka, shout out Reggie, Santiago, obviously RIP Metro, RIP Shylock. Like there's a lot of people doing their thing in the city, but I feel like we can't get too comfortable, you know?
Yeah.
Once we get comfortable is kind of when we start getting like complacent and like being lazy and shit.
Hmm.
So we just gotta keep like the our foot on the gas and shit, bro, and just keep making a name for Ottawa, pretty much.
If you had one thing
That's
to you, sorry, yeah, what?
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, yeah, that's pretty much it. Just keep our foot
Okay.
on the gas
Yeah,
and just make a name for ourselves. Keep doing what we're doing right now.
I hear you on that. If you had one thing to say to like up and coming local rapper, young rappers, what is that one thing you tell them?
I'd say, you know, Ottawa is definitely a not necessarily the most easiest place to like make music out of, whether
Hmm.
it's like resources, you know, like it's just a government city, you know. At the end of the day,
Yeah,
it's a government city, so there's not a lot of shit that happens here, bro. But just use the internet and just make your shit and project it out there and invest in yourself, bro. And something good has to come out of that.
definitely true.
Yeah,
First man. All right, let's see what everybody else is saying. And by the way, everybody watching right now, I'm liking those questions. I like those comments.
yeah.
It means you.
And you know, shout out City Fidelia. I saw his live before, and the talk you guys had and shit.
Oh man, thank you, man.
Shout out him too.
Thank you. Let's see. Let's see.
Damn, it got dark quick outside, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah, yeah. It's getting close to 10. That's why.
Facts.
Summer days. So I have a question because I know I saw a couple of your interviews. I know back then you used to play RuneScape, and so one of the
Yeah.
questions is, are you still playing RuneScape?
Nah, bro, I don't play that shit anymore.
Yeah,
I used it, bro. I used to be fucking into that. Like, I'm talking come home from school, skip homework, play that all the way
yeah.
till like 5 a.m., sleep for 2 hours, wake up for school like 2 hours later. Like, I used to play that shit heavy, but I grew out of it. I'm not gonna lie. I grew out of that shit.
Okay. So
That's funny.
a lot of people asking about tracks. I know earlier you mentioned that there's you're not gonna release any track anytime soon, just as everything that's going on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Probably not, bro. Like, I mean, I don't know. It's just like I don't really see it fit to like drop music right now and take the attention off something more important happening in the world, you know?
I hear you on that. Yeah.
Like again, once the time is right, then I'll definitely drop music, but not
Yeah.
now. Not now.
That's true. So for all you viewers right now, there's definitely some music on the way, but you just gotta be patient. If you love your artist, you just gotta be patient. I know that the track is gonna release for is gonna be a banger. That's all you guys gotta know.
Yeah, I definitely got some shit coming soon. I definitely got some shit.
That's sick. That's sick. That's
I
sick.
definitely
So
got some shit.
we're getting close. We're getting close to the end of our live, and
Yeah.
so I noticed you have like tattoos on your finger that says "Born Free," right? And I had to
Yes,
ask,
sir.
right? I have
Yes,
to ask,
sir.
what does it mean to you to be born free?
Just uh, that pretty much refers like creatively. Just
Hmm.
it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter what upbringing. Just feel like you can just create whatever the fuck you want to create, type shit. And just be true to yourself. Don't try to like do shit just because you feel like something's popping or you feel like or someone's telling you to try to like do something. Just do what you really want to do, and you'll always enjoy that better than like trying to be someone else. That shit doesn't last, bro.
Yeah,
That shit
that's
that shit never lasts.
that's true.
So
That's
just be
true.
true to yourself. Do the shit you want to do and just be free. Born free. That's pretty much what the tattoo means.
Okay. I hear you. I
Yeah.
hear you. That's
Yeah.
sick, man. All right, yo. Do you have anything you want to say to everybody watching right now? Everybody that will be watching it later on as well too.
Yes, sir. I just want to say obviously new music soon. I fuck with all the fans. I fuck with your podcast, bro. I love
Thank
I
you,
love
man.
I love what you're doing for the city and for like some of these kids coming up and shit. I fuck with it. I pay attention to all this shit. And yeah, like you see me around, I'm gonna pull up to the community house and shit. And
Thank
yeah,
you,
let's just keep doing good shit for the community, bro. And Black Lives Matter.
man. Thank you, man. Thank you. It means a lot. Thank
I
you for your
got you.
time, man. Like,
I
thank you
got you,
so
bro.
much. I know you're a
Of
busy man,
course,
but
of
thank you
course,
for your time. Thank you
of
for your
course.
support and everything you do for the
I
community, man.
got you. I
We'll
got you,
be
bro.
up here.
I got.
We'll be out here staying tuned for your music when this whole
I
thing is
got you
over.
for sure. Yes, sir. I'm gonna hit you, bro.
All right, sounds good, bro. Take care, huh?
All right, bro. Take care.
All right, one time.